We got one more subject to talk about before we go. And it's this idea that we keep getting hammered over the head with every time there's an election or even just watching daytime television it's the part of this, I see it as part of the songwriter's job to sort of select certain words that may have had their edges worn off over time and take those words and do our best to sort of reinvigorate them, make them useful again, make them cut through again, make them mean something. And one word that seems to be in need of that is hope. I don't think it's supposed to be easy. I like it in its verb form too, because it's an action word. It calls upon us to be decisive and committed to some idea. And I think the adult version of hope may be best defined as hope in the face of hopelessness. I think that would be a more mature way of looking at it, rather than some easy thing we can just say. I did not learn hope in the face of hopelessness from the Russian existentialists. I did not learn the concept of hope in the face of hopelessness from the French philosopher Albert Camus. I did not learn the concept of hope in the face of hopelessness from traveling around with a backpack in Bosnia. Even more recently, touring around from gig to gig, driving through Joplin, Missouri. I did not learn hope in the face of hopelessness there, nor did we learn it just a couple weeks ago in New Jersey. I learned the concept of hope in the face of hopelessness from being a lifelong Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Do we have any displaced Detroit Lions fans in the house tonight? Not only do the Detroit Lions fans understand the concept of hope in the face of hopelessness, they understand what it actually means to be a fan, and that fan is derived from fanatic. I maintain there are no true Yankees fans because there is nothing fanatical about cheering a team that is always there. Chicago Cubs, you understand hope in the face of hopelessness, probably most profoundly. I was in Lubbock last night where I made the mistake of playing a few political songs, and they told me that the Texas Tech fan understands what it means to come to terms with hope in the face of hopelessness. But there is hope for this world. And a songwriter that does not believe that is a fraud. I saw the earth open up under a satisfied sky. I saw the homes not flooded shrivel up in fire. I saw them loot all the corpses and rape all the wives. I saw the cops shoot themselves, the law fall on its knives. I saw an old man beaten as a young man watched, while the tourists of dread were taking pictures of it all. I saw the prisons oozing out into the yellow-bodied streets, into the ecstatic justice of vigilantes. Why Why didn't God help? Why didn't he even try? Why didn't God help? Why didn't he even try? Baby, why? Baby, why? Baby, why? Baby, why? Because, my dear, because we're free. Because, my dear, because we're free. I saw the luxury of anger, I saw the ease of revenge. I saw a little bit of grace when a man jumped instead. I saw the pocked marked towns from the mortars above. I saw the people choosing fear 'cause they wouldn't choose love. I saw the hills white with limestone around the city's edge. The forests were littered with stolen shoes of the dead. I saw the cursed man climbing up his lonely olive tree. And when the last nail went in, I saw 3 women scream. Why didn't God help? Why didn't he even try? Why didn't God help? Why didn't he even try? Baby, why? Baby, why? Baby, why? Baby, why? Because, my dear, because we're free. Ah, but there is hope for this world. For this world there is hope. Yes, there is hope for this world. For this world there is hope. 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 Because, my dear, because we're free. Because, my dear, because we're free. Not to be presumptuous, but I think we're going to meet again, because until compassion finds its way into all levels of politics, the folk singers, my peers, we are fully employed. My name's John Brooks. Thank you kindly for listening. Canada, we give encores to anything, so I never know how to take that, but thank you. I feel I owe you a love song. That is to say, a song filled with pain and suffering, loss. go out downtown with my girl. I get all dressed up and her hair is curled. I go out every night, me and my bed. When I go to sleep in my jail cell, I don't have the money for a proper wedding ring. To keep my girl happy, I'd do anything. But sir, I'm not a bad man. The story I tell is for her love. I sit in my cold cell, yes, but she's out there waiting for me with a smile on her face from a good memory. And it's not easy to say how a good memory goes bad on visiting day. How a good memory goes bad on visiting day. Well, here's how it happened. The smoke stains the walls and all the skin in the room. And the guys all know that Sundays they always end up smelling like a perfume. I wonder how much more a spirit can take as I sit by myself every visiting day. Yes, but she's out there waiting for me with a smile on her face from a good memory. And it's not easy to say how good memory goes bad on visiting day. How good memory goes bad on visiting day. Thank you so much. I've had a great time, and hopefully you'll say hi after. Cheers. Thank you for having me.